Hey everyone, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures, and I am here with my hashtag Year Ahead 2017 March review and April look ahead. Um, we started March with Ace of Wands, and then, of course, to also recap, I pulled the Seven of Wands for my year energy, and then I pulled the Sun for my for my season energy for spring. So this was a very fiery reading. If you'll remember, I said it was a very get up and go, light a fire under your ass kind of a feeling I got out of this. As far as March is concerned, I'm not sure that I really felt a fire under my ass. So the wand didn't manifest in any particularly big like new ideas or innovations or aha moments. As far as starting new things are concerned, I did sign up to take a tarot class in March, and that was kind of like an aha moment, I guess. I just kind of like I decided last minute that I was going to take this class, and that's been fun and interesting, and nobody telling me, because technically I'm supposed to be using only Rider-Waite while I take the class, but since I did do the video using Wild Unknown, I'm just gonna stick with it for this, and then yeah, maybe nobody telling me, so that is that. And then but I will say this about the class, it's been really interesting to see how the card style affects the mood of the reading. So I pulled the same stuff. So for example, the energy for the year with the Seven of Wands, it's still very much self-reliance and self-independence. But here in Wild Unknown, you've got like a spark in the dark, an ignition, a rekindling, or an initial there's a fire, an idea, a brightness, there is a certain feeling of being alone there, like the other sticks have fallen to the wayside, leaving this one wand to like kind of go it alone. But this one, like this guy is battling things. This guy, he's fighting off 6 people trying to hit him in the junk with sticks, and like that doesn't give me like a very good sure, he's got the high ground and he's probably going to come out of this victorious, but that doesn't give me a very good feeling for the year. I would prefer that my junk not get hit with sticks in 2017. So I mean, it's amazing how the two different cards had totally affected the feel of the same kind of energy. So that has been very interesting. So I'm going to choose to stick with Wild Unknown as far as overall meanings are concerned. So, and also I learned that the Ace of Wands is a pregnancy card. Usually it means pregnancy or fertility and that kind of stuff. So I've managed to escape March unpregnant, which is awesome because we definitely don't want that. But yeah, it was just, oh, the other thing I noticed too, going between Rider-Waite and Wild Unknown, I do not get the same kind of like joy and movement out of the Sun card with Rider-Waite that I do with the Sun card from Wild Unknown. This is two different energies to me. Like the Sun card is just like, something good, that's nice for you. He's kind of got resting bitch face. He's given somebody side eye, and it's just, he doesn't speak to, like, he's like, okay, like this is the Sun to me is like, this guy's having a good time down here, but the Sun's being kind of apathetic about it. And in this one, this is just like an incredible burst of energy and creativity and just like joy, like heavens open up and angels start like singing ode to joy kind of a thing. So yeah, two entirely like the same card but two entirely different energies, so that was really interesting to see. I'm talking with my hands down here and you can't see it, so I'm going to talk with my hands up here from now on. So yeah, so moving on to, so again, I didn't really feel much as far as the the other thing that I did notice was with March, I dyed my hair these exact colors, so that's pretty funny. So hindsight is 2020 on that one. Maybe it was just like, March, you're gonna dye your hair these colors. So that was kind of funny and interesting. But other than that, like, again, I'm not really feeling, you know, like, I guess there was some stuff I did get up and get out. I went to a chili fest, so that was kind of like the fun, and also the fiery energy, very spicy food. I guess I got a little more social. The other side of this, of fire energy, I find is if you play with fire, you might get burned. And in the month of March, I did bite off a little more than I could chew. So that was really very interesting. I took part, I took this class. I've got a ton of work obligations. I've got some family obligations. I took part in way too many reading circles. So I found that I was kind of juggling and balancing, and I not that I half-assed anything, but I was behind on deadlines, and I just wasn't fully present in the things that I wanted to do. And I left myself even less time for stuff that I think is really important. So that was an interesting side effect of the fire energy in the month of March. So moving forward to April, I have the Nine of Cups, which is a freaking-tastic card. Everybody loves seeing this. This is known as like the fairy godmother of cards. It's all about wish fulfillment and good things coming your way. So to compare it to the Rider-Waite, again, it's like two very different energies. In the Wild Unknown, you've got the cups, and they're in a cup shape. They're all facing upward, ready to receive whatever the moon is going to pour down into them. Like, it's just, everything about this card is very receptive to things. It's very ready to, you know, get and appreciate. And in the Nine of Cups and Rider-Waite, that guy's a smug asshole about, like, haha, look at all these cups I've got. He's just like, you ain't got no ice cream. I don't like him. I don't know. I just don't get like the same, like, you know, you're about to be bestowed with boon, you know, you're about to have like all this stuff bestowed upon you, and you should be appreciative and grateful of it. It's just like, that guy is just kind of like, so we're not a fan. So anywho, April, if this is truly the month of wish fulfillment, my one big wish is that the store sells. I would absolutely love if the store sold. It would give me the time to pursue other things in my life that I want to take care of right now. But when you combine it with these other cards, it's kind of interesting. You still get the solitary energy from the Seven of Wands, and then you have like the joy and the vitality and life and all that good, like, celebration and whatnot from the Sun, and then you have the being receptive and openness of the Nine of Wands. The other thing that I noticed is it's like, finally we pour a little water on all this fire. So this kind of tells me, like, okay, this is a month where you kind of slow down and refine and figure out, like, don't take on too much. You already learned your lesson, so here's some water, we're gonna slow it down, and time to start reflecting. So yeah, I don't know, like, so that's kind of what that says to me. The other thing that I really enjoy is that you've got the moon on the Nine of Cups, and then you also have the Sun for spring. So you've got two opposing forces there. And then if you think to the Moon card, which isn't here but is again reflected in the Nine of Cups, you've got two opposing forces, and you know, on the Moon card you've got like the wild dog and the domesticated dog, and then you also have things about intuition, and the Moon card is also a water card, so you've got things about like intuition and dreams, and there's a little bit in there about fear, but it's mostly like kind of, it's time to explore that side, and be open and receptive, which is oddly another wish that I have had recently, is to kind of figure out what the hell I've got going on as far as like what am I doing, like between tarot and not necessarily witchy woo, but trying to be a little more intuitive and stuff. It's just like, what the hell am I doing? I've always considered myself an atheist, and I guess now I would consider myself a spiritual atheist, but like what exactly is that? What does that mean for me? What does that mean going forward? How am I going to apply that? Like, do I actually believe in what I am doing here? And the answer would be yes, but maybe it's time to go about it with a little more conviction. But not to be afraid about that moving forward, and to just kind of again be open to receiving, the like boons. But the other thing too, I also like is like you've got this very like knightly card, but you also have the sun and this torch to help you kind of light your way and find your way on this journey. Like while you take it, like you're not like, yeah, you're alone, but you're not like you're not going to be fumbling through the dark. There's some light to assist you. So that's kind of an interesting aspect as far as that's concerned. But yeah, those would be the two biggest wishes as far as April's concerned, is to kind of open up my intuition a little more and figure out what exactly it is that I'm doing here. And then also for the shop to sell so that I have the time to figure that out. So that's pretty much it. So it'll be interesting to see how April pans out. And see exactly, maybe I'll get an offer on the shop. Maybe I'll, work a little bit more on my intuition. Yeah, so that's really all I have to say. And I hope that, I'll see you guys again in April as we do the recap and the read ahead for May. And yeah.